Hey everyone, so I just wanted to put this quick, hopefully quick video together for you guys on a couple different ways that you can effectively use this COVID-19 landing page. So if you don't currently have this page, you can go to agentlocator.ca just to see how it works. But if you are Agent Locator client, of course, you can just email support@agentlocator.ca and they will add it to your website for you, no questions asked. So this is the example of the website. It is exactly the same functionality as our StreetMash. It's just presented a little bit differently. So there's definitely a couple ways that you could essentially market this page. You can market it through notifying leads in your system with respect to an email that you're sending out to them, which I'm going to show you how to do, as well as you could be sharing it on social platforms and or running ads, driving traffic to that page. So with respect to the CRM first, what you would want to do is kind of pull the leads in your database as to who you would want this to go to. Is it people that you've already spoken to, people that perhaps registered, prior to a month ago, or maybe you just wanted to send it to everyone. But definitely if you want to filter out, let's say if it was based on registration and you wanted everyone, let's say that was prior to January 1st, so then you would do all before this date, and we would go back to January 1st. And so any lead that registered prior to January 1st would be seeing that they would all show here. So one thing to mention when you are sending out a mass email, obviously we want to attempt to send it to people that we have a valid email for, essentially. So you would add a filter here that is email validity. And we would want to include people that either we don't know because we've never sent them an email for whatever reason, or it's valid, meaning we're not including anyone that's opted out or invalid. There's no point in trying to send them an email. So there's 25 people here, and essentially you would select all of them and send them a mass email, right? So you go select all, and then you would select your mass email and you would select your template. So now I'm going to go over how you're going to do that template. To make it easier for you, and you're watching this or seeing this, I have a Google Drive that has the template in it for you. So to create an email template, you're just going over the gear here, and you're going to the email section, and then you're going to email template. In most cases, you would definitely look at creating a new one. When you go to create a new one, you give it a title. This is for your reference only. This is nothing to do with, the lead is not going to see this. This is just for your references and understanding. You're going to put it into a category. So whether you're going to create a new category for that email or a series of emails, or throwing it into one of the existing ones here. Then the subject, of course, this is obviously what the subject of the email, the lead will see that. And then you're going to build out your email. So if you are building out your own, you do have short code over here. It is a simple drag and drop. You click, you hold, you drop. And then you can write your whatever you're wanting to put. If you care to download an image from your computer, you're going to click this little download button. And that's going to allow you to download an image right from your computer, okay? Now, I have gone ahead and created an email template specifically for the COVID, and a lot of the questions that are coming out, will COVID-19 affect the value of your home? So the subject here is definitely something that would likely encourage people to click. So even if they didn't have intentions of moving, or maybe they are curious, they are wondering, they're going to click on this because it essentially affects one of the largest assets that the average person has in their name. So we're going to click on edit just to take a look at what this looks like. So this is going to be in that Google Drive, as I mentioned. You can most definitely, you're going to copy it from that Google Drive. You're going to create your new email template. So you create a new one, you just paste it right in here. So you can just go Control and V at the same time. So V like Victor, that'll just paste it right in here. Now, when you do paste it in here, the image will not paste. So the image is also in that Google Drive for you to download if you wish to. So basically, this email here, it's going to say good morning, afternoon, evening. Just depends on what time of day it is, and then the person's name. And it just kind of goes over with respect to COVID and questions that the clients have been asking with regard to that. And then including an image. So with respect to this image, I have made this image a GIF. So it's moving. It's including these arrows that are moving to encourage the click. So people find, so videos, moving objects, things where it's like, ooh, I got to click on it, they're more inclined to actually click. It really identifies to them that they're supposed to touch that. So what I've done then is, if you highlight on your picture, you can link that image. And so that image is going to be, you're going to link that image to your landing page. So when you open up this COVID-19 page on your website, wherever it is, you're going to grab that. Do not use this one off the Agent Locator site. Go onto your website, open up this landing page, and grab this URL. Okay, that's what you're going to copy. And then so what you do is, again, you just highlight the picture, click on this chain link, paste the URL in there, and then you're going to have the target open in a new window. The reason why we do a new window is so that it's not going to take over their current screen. And then you go OK. Always end an email with your signature, the short code. So your agent short codes are right here. This is just going to automatically throw your information into that email. Now, when you go back to your home page, and we've already got those filters there, when you have that email created as a template, it just makes it easier. So we've selected all the 25 leads essentially, and then you would just send a mass email. And then you've already got the template there. So if you go into the template and you just start typing COVID or what have you, whatever you called it, it's going to pop up. And then you just select it, and there you go. There's your COVID here. It's going to show you all that. You can see that this is a GIF in here. We can see the link is still included. If at this point you still want to make some adjustments, you definitely can, and send it. You can also send a test email to yourself previous. Now, with respect to the sold listing, so I have included that you will receive information or second email with respect to sold. If you guys are not a member of the Toronto Real Estate Board, you're going to want to remove this, this whole part right here, because we don't have sold data for all the boards. We're working on it, which boards are willing to cooperate, but unfortunately we don't have all of them right now, so you're going to want to exclude those ones there. So that's just one way that you can definitely advertise and just shoot it off to everyone. These people, if they click on it, hopefully they'll use the same address or email address so that they're not creating duplicate leads, but essentially you're offering something that's of value to a lot of these individuals. Now, another thing that you're able to do is go onto your Facebook and you go onto your business page, and it's really quite simple. So you're going to just literally copy this URL, and on your Facebook page, you are just simply going to paste that URL. So once you've pasted it, it's going to start fetching a preview. Sometimes you have to hit enter in order for that to happen. If this picture is not presenting itself right away, don't worry. So if all you're seeing is this like little gray area, this picture will appear once you post your actual ad, or your post essentially. So once you've got this showing, or even just the gray part, you can actually remove this whole URL. It doesn't need to be there. This is now serving as the link. So do create your post, whatever would be encouraging for somebody to actually engage in this. Highly, highly, highly recommended that you do not use the words COVID or pandemic or anything like that in the actual post itself, especially if you plan on running or boosting this, because Facebook is monitoring for those kind of keywords and will pull the ad down. So the word COVID is already in the image, so you are safe that way. So it's no need to add it here. And then really you're just going to post it. Right? So once you've posted it, you can even share it on your profile page, whatever you want to do. You will also be able to boost it. So if you wanted to boost your post, this is just a quick way to kind of boost it, push it out in front of a larger audience. It's you are so a little bit more limited to the attributes that you have with respect to who you're targeting it to, but you can definitely do it that way and then choose how much you want to spend to boost that post to get it in front of people aside from the ones that just like your page. Okay, so that's your one way of doing it. Now, the other way that you can definitely do it is to run an ad. So you would go into your Facebook Ads Manager or your Facebook business account. You could typically access it through, you're managing your pages, or you're going into your business manager. So you can essentially access it through this little drop down right here, or just go to business for Facebook, that sort of thing. And then you would just create a post. Now, last time I tried to do this, it gave me some errors because this whole side of my thing has been shut down. My account was hacked a long time ago, and so Facebook doesn't like me doing some stuff on this side. So when we go in here, for this case, we would either essentially want conversions. So it gives you this. So basically, you're getting people to convert onto that page, or simply drive traffic. So you want people to drive, traffic to that website. In this case, I'm just going to select traffic. You give your campaign a name, traffic. Let's just call it COVID, and you continue. Okay. So once you're in here, you're going to start creating all of everything we're going to do here. We're going to call this ad set, COVID traffic. And we're going to create an audience. So when you're creating audiences, you can do things like the location. So if you want to edit the location, most likely you guys will. You can pick the area. So if you're in Toronto, you select area Toronto. You could do a radius around Toronto if you want to, or you can limit it to the current city. Now, another thing that you can do if you guys are just targeting your current postal walk, so if you guys have farm areas, is you can do the first 3 digits of the postal code. Now, keep in mind that this is the entire postal walk that starts with L1K in this example. So sometimes it will be larger than your actual farm area. Just pay a note, attention to that. And you can also target people that are just living in or recently in this location, people specifically that are living in this location only, they're recently in this location or traveling in this location. So most will choose the people recently living in or recently in this location, entirely up to you. Now, you would want to definitely edit the age because most of these people at 18 will not have homes that they need to worry about. So maybe 25 to 65 with respect to that, and we definitely want all genders. Now, with detailed targeting, you're not necessarily worried about people who match certain behaviors. What you do want to do for sure is exclude people. So anyone to do with real estate. So whether it's real estate sales representative, and what you're doing is you're looking for people that it's their job title or their employer. Okay, so these are the ones that you would not want to see your ad. Okay, so you're going to go through in your ad that there. You can save that audience. So if you want to use this as an audience that you would generally run ads with, you can definitely save that audience. Now, you can also do automatic or manual placements. Automatic placements is just going to place it all over Facebook, and it's going to maximize your ad spend and all that fun stuff. Manual placements, if you want to be very specific as to where ads are placed, or if, like, for example, you want it all over Facebook, but only if people are on mobile. So you have that ability to do that. Now, we are optimizing for link clicks, and then you can schedule your budget. So you can do a daily budget, you can do a lifetime budget. So a daily budget is how much you want to spend a day. Lifetime budget is how much over the time your campaign is running do you want to spend in total. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do that. Some like to do it, okay, well, you know what, if I do $5 a day, that just looks a little bit softer on the eyes than spending, however many hundred with that. Now, you can have your ad running continuously, meaning you have to shut it off, or you can set an end date to that. Entirely up to you. I'm just going to select that it's going to run there. Now you are going to create your ad identity, essentially. So this is where you are, getting with the creative with respect to the ad. You're choosing, who's which business page you're running this ad from. So in this case, I'm running it from this page. If you have a linked Instagram account, you're also running this on Instagram. Now you can create your ads. So you can use a single image, you can do a collection or a carousel. In this case, you'd probably just want a single image if you're doing that page. Now, if you did already post that onto your Facebook page, you can actually use existing posts. So if you wanted to use an existing post to create this ad, you definitely can. You basically take that post and turn it into an ad. So that's pretty straightforward. Then this is where we are going to, I know I'm going to run into issues because this seems to be where it gives me trouble. Right around here. So when we put this in here, this is the website URL. This is where people are going to do. You can change all of this, right? So in the text here, so the primary text, so this text is the text that's going to show up above the ad. So again, this is what is going to trigger people to actually click on it. So what is it going to say? Again, avoiding words like COVID or pandemic, and do not use too many emojis. Like maybe use one if you want to use one, or two, but too many emojis is actually, your ad can get turned off as well for that. So you can do the headline as well. So instead of it saying that COVID, you can change whatever that says. So that's showing right here. You can add the description, which is going to go right here. And if you want the display link, so display link is going to be this one right here. So www.me.com, for example, if I wanted it to say that instead, or your actual website URL, that sort of thing, you can definitely change that to show differently. So it's just going to load here to show you how that changed here. And then, of course, if you wanted to add that description, it would actually go right here. Right there. Now you have this learn more option. You can change that. So if you wanted to say learn more or sign up, for example, one of those two would be most ideal for this ad. And then you can also create Facebook pixels. So if you want to create a Facebook pixel, you definitely can. Not 100% necessary, but if you want to create lookalike audiences and things like that, you can. If you have that Facebook pixel, you will want to give it to our support team and they can add it. So once they've got all on here, you can definitely review your ad to see what it looks like, but essentially all you're going to do is confirm, and your ad is going to start getting reviewed by Facebook, and once Facebook approves it, it'll go live. People will start seeing that ad and kind of go from there. So hopefully that helps you. So a couple different ways that you can advertise, whether you're advertising it through your, mass emailing and creating a specific audience, or just sending it to everyone. A lot of these buyers are obviously sellers in here. And then, of course, using leveraging social media as well to drive traffic. Should you guys require any further assistance, please don't hesitate to contact support@agentlocator.ca.